In this tutorial we're going to demonstrate the use of the Collage action set versus using the Collage graphic styles palettes. So they are two very different ways of working with metallics. So what we're going to do first of all is use the action set to make something metallic, and to do that we're going to go to the window menu, we're going to go to our swatch libraries, and we're going to go to the Collage metallic silver swatches. These are all the swatches that create the Collage system, and they are the CMYK parts, and then you have the Collage silver separation. Now first of all I'm going to get my document, and you see here, just let me get rid of all the unused colours to make it a little bit tidier. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to open up the action set, and the action that we have loaded in is to make fill metallic. So the idea being is that we should be able to colour this up with any colour from our list, and then if we want to make it metallic, all we have to do is select it and run make fill metallic. Now if you do not have the Collage spot colour, which is this one here, added in your document, this action cannot work. That action will only work because it's a set of instructions that says make me metallic using certain colours. So if it's not in your document, it will fail. So let me show you how that works. You run it, it says cannot find the swatch, and that's because we haven't added it to our document. So we'll go to deselect that panel, we'll go to the swatch, we click, and it's now in our document here. So now when we want to make fill metallic, it will do it for us. So it can only do the action if the file has got that Collage silver separation in there. If it's not there, it won't work. If you're seeing grey on your screen, it will be because you don't have your overprint preview switched on, such as this. So what is happening is it's creating an overprint of the Collage silver spot colour, which makes it metallic. So always work with your overprint preview switched on. Now let's forget about the action set for now, because we're now going to work with our graphic styles. Now the graphic styles works slightly different. So here we have a box, or sorry, it's a design with a white center and a black stroke. Now I'm going to go to my graphic styles. So window, graphic styles, Collage, and this is basically all of the colors pre-built with its already in metallic. So if I wanted to make this little item here one of these colors, all I would do is click and apply it. But notice how this has got a black stroke around the design. If I click on any one of these colors, watch what happens to that stroke. The stroke disappears, and that's because this is an instructional that says I have a certain fill of a certain color with a certain amount of the Collage spot color. So to get around this, there are two ways you can work, and my preferred way of working, I'm just going to undo that. I'm going to go to the object menu, I'm going to go to path, and I'm going to outline the stroke. So now these are two separate items. I can apply my fill to the center and it keeps the stroke. I could, if I want, now pick up the stroke and give that a different metallic color. So they're basically fills rather than strokes, and that allows you to then use the graphic styles seamlessly. Now with graphic styles are great for when you want to do solid colors. If you wanted to do a gradient, the graphic style cannot be used because a graphic style is a solid color. So that's where you would use the manual processing. So let's just get rid of this graphic style, and let's just show you again how we do this manual processing for doing a gradient. So I'm just going to create like a rectangle shape. I'm going to go to my gradient tool, and I'm going to make it a linear gradient. This time I'm going to be using my CMYK palette again. So that's window, swatch libraries, Collage. So these are all my CMYK colors. So now I can choose two colors. So let's go with a blue at one end, and let's go with more like a magenta at the other end. So I'm setting the CMYK components of my design. Next, I could make all of that metallic, and I can do that by going to my action and clicking on play, and that will make the whole of that metallic gradient, sorry, the gradient metallic. But I don't really want everything to be metallic in this instance. I want to be a bit more creative. So I'm going to delete that top item, and this time I'm going to select the panel, I'm going to duplicate it, so I'm making it an identical copy, and just to show you what I've done, I'm moving the other one out of the way, so I've got one sat on top of the other. Let's move it back. This time I'm going to go to my, get the right palette, go to my CMYK palette, and the colour that we want to be using is this Collage one here. Now it's already in my document, so I don't need to add it. All I'm going to do is drag to where the blue is, and I'm going to have the colour value. Let's bring up my colour. The colour value is set to 100%. That's 100% Collage metallic. And then I'm going to take this Collage silver and drag it where the magenta is, but this time, this one of the magenta, I'm going to change it to 0. So I've now got 0 silver going to 100% silver. Next, we need to be working with our attributes. So your attributes, we've got the Overprint Fill. So you get this by Window, Attributes. Click on Overprint Fill, and we now have Process Magenta blending into metallic blue. We could then do something a little bit more creative. We could put, let's just make the 0 amount in the center, and we're going to put Collage on the left. So we've now got metallic magenta going into process, going into metallic blue. Now we can change the orientation of these gradients as well and create some quite interesting effects. So if we were to scale this down to make it more look like a tube, we can make it look more three-dimensional. So the highlight is actually created by having CMYK. The metallic is the darker part. So this is the way that we would work with our system. You've got the option of using the action set for doing solid colours, like so. And this is good for if you've got a document with lots of files, you just want to go and apply the metallic to any colour that you like. But then again, we have the graphic styles, which are a very quick and easy way. So you can basically create a shape, go to your graphic style, apply it, and it's then in metallic. And obviously if you wanted to do a dimensional effect inside these elements, we just go to the dimensional effect color or the watermark effect, and it just applies those effects for us as we're designing. So that's it. That's the way we use the action set and also the graphic styles palette. If you have any questions or concerns, contact us at support@color-logic.com.